And so we'll wait for the first to disappear, of death, of glory, and all that stuff. And now that we're past the first 10 seconds of the video, I'm going to say the first things that I wanted to say was a big shout out to TikTokers. TikTokers have been really good. And as you can see here, they've put in the work, they put in the hours, which is amazing. The TikTok crowd has really made me proud of them. They've been so kind to me, so kind to me. It's awesome. TikTok. Anyway, with that said, what you're going to see here is, real quick, we'll do a quick zoomage on this. I'm not sure if you guys already saw this or I described this before. This here on the top was Aini Doll Marco. You can see that? Aini Doll Marco. It zooms amazing. Look at this. Look at that Microsoft technology. It's amazing. It's amazing. Anyway, that used to be my account that YouTube just killed off. Then, of course, there is Mark Reviews. This is my daughter's Disney Gym Girls account. And this is one of the new accounts. It's not live yet. Haven't put any videos on it yet. But Makeshift Marco might be the next one. And also, the most important one, of course, is going to be this one. The Dude's Digest. Again, this is not the main image that's going to be showing up. This is just a provisional. This is my buddy Steve here, and that's me. I'm the problem, it's me. There I am. So what's the purpose of this new, the Dude's Digest? It's also to figure out if the algorithm hates me as much as I always think that it does, because I can't seem to make money. I'm banned from making money on social media. But what if I'm making money for someone else? Can I still get paid that way? We'll see. We'll see. And that's kind of the idea there. That's kind of the idea there. If Steve has his own channel and I help Steve make a lot of money, can I get paid that way? We'll see. Probably not. Probably not. That's what happens when you are so pesky and conniving and son of a gunny like me. So probably won't be able to do any of that. Anyway, so this was the account that I made together with the help of another friend that we won't mention, and the blessing of Aini Doll, the company itself. I had permission to do this, and Google, YouTube, whatever, killed it off. So we're still waiting for the possibility of, you send information and see if there's the first review that went through came out as, no, we're not letting you do it anyway. So that was their YouTube's review, the first review. We sent it in for another manual review and see if anything happens. And it says you have to wait a few weeks until we verify whatever. I'm not sure. So we'll see if that ever goes back to being a channel that I get to use or not. But just in case, we made this one. And when it becomes live, when the first video comes live, I'll do a video on that too, so you guys can see what that is all about. But doubt it. I'm pretty sure that they're going to tank this one too. It is YouTube after all. It is YouTube. And when you're this pesky and conniving and son of a gunny, well, what can you do? Not much. Anyway, there we go. That's me. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. So let's do a little bit of flying today. We did 2 episodes on the Sawscast and stuff, and that was pretty exciting for me. Anyway, I enjoy watching those videos. They're pretty fun and entertaining. So then I'll say a couple of words about stuff. But anyway, they just had a recent other one, which was quite fun. And somebody's trying to call. I'm gonna have issues saying goodbye to you guys later when I need to end the live stream, because the silence, somebody called in the middle of the live stream. Somebody who I don't know, because I don't have, they're not supposed to have my number, but yet some spam call. Uh-oh, nothing's happening here. That's probably not the best. Let's see, what is Real Flight doing here? Okay. While I resolve this issue, we can start talking about the other thing that I was talking about earlier and in the previous 2 lives. I think I've said enough about those wonderful ladies and everything, and being those top value ladies, right? There's a way that people are being considered to be top value or high value men and high value women, and there's all these rules that you need to follow in order to be one or the other. And based on what I've watched from those videos, and I could have it wrong. I could have it wrong. Doesn't mean that I've got it right. Like maybe it completely misunderstood, but it would seem that a high value man has a bunch of F's that need has to comply with a bunch of F's. But anyway, basically they have to be making and raking in the dough, at least, millions. Not 1 million is not enough. You have to have at least 2 or 3 millions in your bank in order to be considered a high value individual based on those things. And then, of course, you're making that much money, but you also have to be fit, right? You gotta have abs. You gotta have abs and big muscles and stuff. And then what was the other thing? I don't know. There's another two that I can't remember. But anyway, that is what qualifies you to be a high value man. Luckily, in that category, or maybe not so luckily in that category, they don't say anything about being classy. You don't have to be classy to be considered a high value man. And then as far as the woman was concerned, there's something like there was another 3 letters or something that were important. Something about they have to be like beautiful. What was it? Beautiful, easygoing. I think what they usually say is submissive. I think that that's kind of a problem, really. If I don't know. Anyway, they say submissive instead of like easygoing or agreeable. But anyway, what was the third one again? I don't know. But anyway. So they have all these rules in order to be one or the other, and it's all very interesting. Blah blah blah. So I suggest you guys go check out the Saucecast on Valuetainment. Valuetainment, if you want, take a look at Patrick. I think most of his videos are like with the lion's icon and it's red, but those on the Saucecast are green. So in case you guys are not about reading text and about colors and stuff, more artistic, you're looking for a thing, you'll find it. The logo is green for the Saucecast. And Adam did a pretty good show. Again, as I said before, the only thing that I wasn't too happy about was that there were two non-married men. The only married man was actually quite delightful, to be honest, quite delightful. But the 2 non-married men, oh my gosh, the things that he said. And again, should we cancel these people? No, because you need to be able to have conversations. You need to be able to know what's out there so that you can tell women not to fall for those traps. But anyway, so in the last 2 episodes of this disastrous thing that I do here, I talked about all the things that I thought was not the best for those beautiful ladies that showed up on the other podcast, and one of which showed up on the latest podcast as well. I think it was Miss Montana. She showed up, and boy were her eye rolls incredible. But this is not advice. Someone like me couldn't possibly give those beautiful women advice, especially because come on, what awards have I won? Best Dork Award, or Dumbest Human Award, or Biggest Failure Award. There's not a whole lot that I could really give insight on, perhaps, with these people. But what I do have insight on, and is the path of broken dreams, path of broken dreams. That is something that I can speak volumes of. Speak volumes of. In fact, at some point, I will be called in and invited to one of these events, and Dave Chappelle or whatever, somebody's gonna say, introduce me as the Earth's biggest reject. Here he is, and they announce my name, and I show up on stage, and I'll get more claps than Elon Musk because people will be like, "Oh yeah, I can see that, I can see that." Oh, anyway. So again, this is not advice, but this is just a thought process. I'm just gonna put it out there, and then you guys can insult me as much as you like, because it's fine. That's okay. It's part of the channel. It's part of the fun of the channel. So if you are a high value woman, in my opinion, and again, I'm not mansplaining. Mansplaining is a thing. Womansplaining is also a thing. I'm not mansplaining here, but if I was in the shoes of one of these incredibly beautiful women with, like top level influencers or whatever they call them these days, making millions of dollars every year and stuff, and basically holding all the cards, young, right? Because they talk about this a lot in the podcast. Apparently, to be that's right. One of the values that I forgot is you have to be young. You have to be under 30 or something to be one of the. I don't believe that, but anyway, it's what they said. It's their words, not my words. To be a high value female, you have to be under 30 and stuff. So a lot of these girls are 25. So they're holding all the cards, right? They're holding all the cards in the world. And here's a value proposition that they won't tell you anywhere else. What if instead of just buying into a marriage that is most likely going to make you extremely extremely unhappy, because you're looking for that guy, right? You sold those guys a dream that you want. You want to be like 10 mil, 10 mil man proposition. You want them to be able to cough up and easy on top of everything else, right? So you've got the mansion, you've got the cars, you've got everything that usually goes through, right? And then on top of that, you're talking $4,000 to stay beautiful and possibly pocket money and stuff like that. So instead of going for that dream, imagine a different dream. Imagine a different dream. You have everything that you have, but you could be a kingmaker instead. You you find yourself a nice person, a nice human being. Well, whether this could work both ways. You could be a high value man or a high value woman. Doesn't really matter. Could be anything in between too. Find yourself a partner that is agreeable, coachable, willing to go the extra mile for you, all that kind of stuff, right? So you're basically compatible, on a physical level, and you just enjoy being with that person. But maybe they're not. Maybe they're not that successful. Maybe they are unsuccessful instead, but they have all the qualities that you like in a human. And then being that you are rich and capable and all that stuff, you help them attain a similar level of ability, right? You basically teach them how to be successful like you. And as this happens in the process, and as become part of your business and all that stuff, maybe not mixing the two businesses together, just helping them become somebody cool. That person that now you have helped become a king or a queen or whatever, will then value you and respect you for the things that you've done for them in a way that no other will. So that is a possible dream. That's a possible dream that could be interesting. Rather than just cutting corners and just marrying into slavery, pretty much. Oh my gosh. Some of the things they said some of those two not married men, some of the things that they said is probably equivalent to the modern day slavery. Okay, maybe not exactly slavery because any of those women, right, are not, are not real. They may be sort of slaves, but not like hostages. They can leave whenever they want, right? Unless, of course, they've married into it. But none of those two guys were married, so I'm guessing unless the woman is crazy enough to actually crazy or desperate enough to actually be okay with that and sign the paperwork, they can still get out of that. But man, I can paint you a picture of what that really looks like, because they're like, oh yeah, but we're giving you all this money, and you got a personal trainer, and you've got you can go do your hair done, your wax, your spa, your whole shebang, the whole shebang. But then you have to deal with the kind of personality that those guys have, and completely unapologetic in any possible way, thinking that they are the shiznit, at all times, and they are pretty much infallible, and you have to live with that. Somebody that's gonna come home from work or something, and they're gonna see the job that you did, whether you cooked something or whether you cleaned something, and they're gonna be like, you missed a spot, and you have to deal with that. And they're not gonna apologize because you signed up for it. That is your job. If it's not perfect, exactly the way they said, that is your job. You signed up for it. And if you don't like it, there's the door. There is the door. And what these people are doing, because what they are is a lot of people, again, you can be addicted to making money, but it's worse to be addicted to money, right? So these women obviously are addicted to a certain lifestyle. They're addicted to money. And these guys are playing that game. Say, this is the value proposition. If you like it, take it or leave it. But really, is that at that point, when somebody is sick and addicted to a certain thing, does that really become an option for them? And that's where this whole thing is going, right? Where I'm taking this is, if you are addicted to a certain drug, for instance, like alcohol or whatever, do you, because after a certain while you're basically mentally ill, right? You're mentally ill. You can't stop yourself from having the alcohol, and the alcohol that you're taking is stopping you from leading your life the way that you want, right? So that's addiction, right? The real addiction is when something that you like so much and that you can't live without is changing the way that you are able to live your life. You're not able to, take care of your kids and all that stuff, whatever it is, or you can't make it to work on time, whatever it is. So these women obviously have an addiction, clearly, to a certain lifestyle, to money and all that stuff. And these guys are dangling it in front of their faces going, okay, well, if you don't like it, this is the value proposition. If you don't like it, you can leave. That is like saying, okay, from today you're rich to tomorrow you're going to be like homeless with almost nothing. And the point is, when you're so addicted and love money and all those like ephemeral, like frivolous, those frivolous values so much, you get it in your head that you'd rather die than give that up. So how many things are you going to do for this man or woman in power that you've signed your life away to in order to keep that? Pretty much anything. I'm just saying. What kind of stuff could be led from there, and how much abuse could come from a relationship of that sort? A lot. I'm gonna put it out there, probably a lot. So anyway, that was the episode, guys. Today, and again, big shout out to Valuetainment and Adam for doing the show that he did. I wish that he'd given the girls a chance to talk a little bit more. Those two not married men took up all the time of the conversation, pretty much, except maybe for the last few minutes where they played a little game, and so the girls had a little bit more time to talk. But other than that, those people just stole the show, and they probably, I mean, I can't say anything about that. They're super rich, they're super successful. I will never be able to see money like that ever in my entire life. But I'm glad, because at least I'm not them. At least I'm not them. Oh boy. On a happier note, I think that the RC Sailors and Brian Phillips RC recently showed off one of these planes here on their channel. It's not the same one, maybe, or maybe it is the same one. It is a P-51 Mustang Streamer. Whoa, wrong one. It was more like the blue one. Where did I go? Pressing buttons, guys. It's the best thing I'm good at. It's the one thing that I'm good at is pressing or mispressing buttons. It's probably not this one, because this looks to be like a jet-ish. So it's probably got a gasoline-powered motor in here. I don't know for sure. It could be. There's no safe on this particular bird, and I think they probably might have safe in the latest and greatest of these birds. And I think that those are also electric. So, but hey, I'm still enjoying flying this thing so much. So anyway, if you want to go check that out on the RC Sailors and the Brian Phillips RC, you'll see this, or a similar plane. I think it's also a P-51 Mustang, but again, I could be wrong. Don't quote me on it. So with that, if I can make a half decent landing, then I will try to say goodbye to you guys, and I'll see you again in the next episode of disasters beyond your imagination. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, a lot of entertainment happens. Anyway. Woof. That's a lot to go. Let's see. If I go a little bit further out here, can we turn this thing around and do a half decent landing? That's all I'm trying to do here. Not a perfect landing, not a stuck landing, just a landing without destroying everything. Ooh, that's not too bad. Whoa, this one has the issue of tippage that some of the birds have on this. So this one will tip a little bit more than others, but it looks fantastic. And with this awesome image here, we will try to end the live. But before I can, unfortunately, is because a random person who I don't know tried to call the phone. I don't know who that could possibly be. I have to exit the live and do stuff. Let's see. And then return to the live. I think, is it still running? Did it pause? Is it running? Okay, I think it's running. Okay, so with that, I just wanted to do the usual thing that I do at the end of all of these live streams. Is I'm going to tell you to go out there, go nuts, go ballsy, do something good though, because a lot of people go out there and do something ballsy, and it tends to be like horrible. Hopefully, my hope is that the future generations don't take those two unmarried men to be the role models of tomorrow, because that would be just sad. That would just be sad. Anyway, so with that, I'm going to say, guys, go check out some really good pancakes if you haven't, because I'm squirrely like that. I'm going to tell you to go out there and have yourself some really good vegan pancakes. And why not? Quick shout out to Captain Drone and his beautiful family, and thanking him for all the cool stuff that they do on their channel, and for sending me stickers, as well as thank you Spectrum again once more for sending me the the battery, the exchanged battery, and Horizon Hobby for providing me with this great simulator with which I get to do these live streams every day. And again, for that, I thank you all for the patronage. And with that, thank you so much, and I will see you all in the next one. Let's be kinder to women. Let's be nicer to women. Let's just be nicer to women. Come on.